All right, thanks. Developing right now, the Pentagon sending more than 4,000 U.S. troops to Western Africa to help fight Ebola. Now, that includes some soldiers from Fort Eustis here in Virginia. Now, we know they're heading for the hot zone, but we're told they will not be involved in any direct treatment of Ebola patients. Instead, they're going to be building treatment centers. The soldiers are expected to start deploying in just a few weeks. Ahead in our next half hour, Jake Burns will be back with more on the Ebola virus, the new possible case now under investigation here in the United States, and why it's different than any of the ones we've seen before.
Happening today, Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson is expected to plead not guilty to child abuse charges. Peterson is making his first court appearance today. He was charged after allegedly hitting his young son with a switch as punishment and leaving scars. Unless Peterson goes on trial soon, he will not play in the NFL for the rest of the season. He's not suspended, but is on the league's exempt list. Also happening today, League Commissioner Roger Goodell is meeting with NFL owners. They will talk about a number of things, including the league's amended personal conduct policy. Goodell has been under fire for his handling of the Ray Rice incident that shows Rice punching his then fiancee in an elevator surveillance video. Well, we are inching closer to baseball's World Series.
Right, and of course, we already know that the Royals and the Orioles are set to play in the American League Championship Series. But how about the National League side?
On the ground to second. Panic to Belt, and the Giants are going back to the National League Championship Series.
You heard it. The San Francisco Giants winning Game 4 3-2 last night to advance over the Washington Nationals. Now, the key play in the game happened in the bottom of the seventh. Here it is, tied 2-2, bases loaded. This wild pitch by the Nats' Aaron Barrett allows Joe Panic of the Giants to score the winning run. So who will the Giants face in the NLCS?
Second, go ahead run at first, and a ground ball to second. Wong flips. Game over. Series over. Cardinals win.
Yeah, game over. The St. Louis Cardinals beat the LA Dodgers last night 3-2. This is the Cardinals' fourth straight trip to the National League Championship Series. San Francisco will travel to St. Louis for Game 1 on Saturday.
Caught on camera, a real-life game of Angry Birds, and this is playing out in Eastern Australia. Watch this. A cyclist wearing that GoPro camera on his helmet captured it. That magpie coming right at him. And not just once, but several times. Now, it looks crazy, but this is part of Australia's swooping season. Yeah, magpies are diving at anybody who comes close to their nest, and they're protected by law.
Well, new this morning, a man is raising awareness for testicular cancer in an unusual way.
Yeah, you could call it ballsy. He is rolling a giant ball across the country to educate and engage others about testicular cancer. That's 31-year-old Thomas Cantley, and he's a cancer survivor. After being diagnosed in 2009, he decided not to let cancer get the best of him. In fact, he decided to roll with it, so to speak. He's rolling that 6-foot ball from LA to New York City, doing something different to make a difference.
I want them to be curious, wondering what it's about, create that conversation, and then, engage and educate. Testicular cancer is most common between the age of 15 and 35. The big thing that we're trying to educate is that you just have to listen to your body.
Cantley plans to wrap up his journey in New York City this Friday, October 10th. Wish him luck.
And of all the awareness walks we've ever covered, I will never forget that one.
That will definitely get your attention.
Yes.